I'm glad y'all stopped in to see what it is that I'm up to. Not really sure what I'm up to. Yeah, I do. Somebody asked, I hope this breeze doesn't rub all this out. Somebody asked me about my haunted house. And if I could do something, show some of it. Well, I don't have any videos of it. It's kind of hard to get videos when you're, in the dark and you got the fog machines running and strobe lights and all that stuff. Those funny things with the camera. I do have a slideshow. I don't know how to do a voiceover, so I'm just going to do a slideshow. I'm not going to add any music. I don't like adding music. So it's up to y'all to let me know what you think about it. What else did I want to say? Maybe a little background on the haunted house. We started the haunted house when my kids were medium teens, 13, 14, 15 years old, and they decided they were too old to go trick-or-treating. So they wanted to do a Halloween party. We started doing the Halloween party, and the kids would come out and scare the trick-or-treaters. So the next year they set up a small haunted house. And next year got a little bit bigger. It started out just a little pop-up 10 by 10 pop-up tent type thing, and then it went to a carport, portable carport, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and before you knew it, we were building 4,000 square feet of mazes through the backyard using fence and plastic and whatever else we could find. We never spent a whole lot of money. Excuse me. We had people coming back, I mean, it lasted 20 years. We had people coming from Savannah. We had people coming from overseas. A few people would come from Germany and Sweden. They would actually set up their vacation around the time that they knew we were doing our haunted house. We just got way too big. Way, way, way too big. I live on a quiet, dead-end street. The last year that we did it, we had somewhere around 1,400 to 1,500 people come through just on Halloween. That's a lot of people on a dead-end street. We couldn't cut it off. We we cut the line off at 11 o'clock, and we didn't get the last person through until just after 1 o'clock in the morning. Somebody complained. The city came down on me hard. They came in with all the guns blazing. Hey, it is what it is, you know. It was a big part of my life. When we lost it, I lost a big part of my life. I've been slowly but surely figuring out what else to do instead of doing all the haunt creations. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm going to take this video home. I'm going to listen to it. Hopefully it works. And then I'm going to add a slideshow on to the end of it. And then I'll figure out whether or not I want to do an extra. So, thank y'all. And stand by and we'll be right back. Well, there you have it. My first pictorial slideshow on YouTube. I got a few pictures out of sequence. I did, apparently somehow I got a couple doubled up. But I started out in 2005. My son and his father-in-law built that toe pincher coffin that we used as a door. That lasted for many, many years. In fact, we just sold it. We sold it with a bunch of the other stuff when we sold all of our haunt stuff. So it didn't perform as a door all that time, but it was a very interesting prop. As the people went through, then I would slam that door behind them, and yeah, it got quite a good scare. Anyway, we moved from there to 2012, and we had built a drawbridge, and it came down clankety 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 clank. The chains dropping down over the boards, and you moved into the Massacre Mansion. The bookshelves were all, they're all built in place, and it's difficult when you have. My son's father-in-law was a finished carpenter. He was kind enough to give us a hand, but he uses a plumb square and a speed square and all that stuff. I wanted shelves that were not straight, and it took a while to get that through to him, but they came out awesome in the end. Excuse me. I did get some of the truck sequence out of order. When you came around and came down the one tunnel, you came through a gate, and the truck was there to your right hand side. Let's back up just a little bit. When you entered the room with the shelves and whatnot, you picked up a guide, and they led you back in and through, giving you a little bit of story or whatnot. Each one was a little different depending on how the actor or the person felt like talking. And you got back to where the truck was, and they opened the gate, and then they would stand in there. They were standing there, and they were directing you towards into the room, and the door would fly up on the back of the truck, and two guys would jump out and grab your guide. Well, if you notice at the end of that room, there's a door on the fence. We had to reinforce that. That door is just screwed right to the fence. We had to reinforce that so many times because people were pulling on it so hard. They were pulling the fences off of the wall. They were pulling the fence. They were pulling the door off the fence. They were pulling the fences off of the posts. And we had to speed up having another person open the wall to get you out. So anyway, it went from there. There was a few other little mazes and whatnot you went through. Excuse me. And come into the trying to scroll through here. Come into the autopsy room, which was a pretty big hit. Through the cemetery, and then into the excuse me, into the baby daycare, which was a spur of the moment type thing because my daughter and son-in-law couldn't come up with a babysitter, so they needed a place to keep the baby. I think he was 10 months old. Something like that. 9 months old. Anyway, he was in the haunt. We set up the entire baby daycare, demon baby daycare, just because he was there. He was dressed up as Chucky. People would come out and be amazed at how realistic that baby prop was. Yeah, it was very realistic. So, anyway, that's a brief tour of, I guess, pretty much 2 different years of the haunted house. Let me know if you liked it. Of course, I didn't use any music. I don't like the repetitive music over and over and over and over. It drives me nuts. I prefer not to use it. I don't know if I've got any haunt music that I can put in the background or not. Let me know if it ran too long, being a silent one. Just, let me know how you felt about it in general. Should I do a couple more? It's up to y'all. If I get the comments, I'll take the time and I'll do a few more. So, there you go. Leave me a comments. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, a like. Hey to all you new folks out there. I'm at like 181, I think, right now. I'm gonna have to get kicking on this 200 subscriber giveaway here soon. Yeah, until I see y'all again. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.